Peace and blessings, love and light, kings and queens. Welcome to another episode of Queen Up. I am Lady Nicole, and I am here with my beautiful royal representatives, Harmony, Dr. J,
Hi.
and Kim B.
Good
So let's
morning.
get into it, ladies, with our first queen quality segment, sisterhood. Now, everybody has a different definition of sisterhood and what it means to them. For me, sisterhood is a loving relationship. It is trust, it's loyalty, it's companionship. For me, sisterhood means that I should be able to have an uncomfortable conversation with you and check you on your crap, and still we would be friends afterwards. No hard feelings, because it's all done in love. Sisters support each other, we encourage each other, and we are always there for each other. We accept each other, flaws and all. So Kim B and I have been friends for 21 years. That's a long time. So during that time of friendship, there are times when we didn't always agree. But Kim would check me if I needed to. Now, Nicole, you know you was wrong. And I could do the same for her.
Absolutely.
No hard feelings.
In love. Always in love.
That's right. We support each other and we love each other. And I do value her friendship. And I'd say that she has been a good sister friend to me. So Kim, let's hear it. What do you think about sisterhood?
Well, you know, you already told the story. We've been friends for 21 years. You are my sister friend. I love you to the moon and back. I love your children, your family. I love Kim. I even love Harmony, little doggy Harmony. So sisterhood is a friendship where we empower, encourage, build each other up. We're a support system. We drive up and down the highway for each other. We can talk, call each other in the middle of the night. I love sisterhood because I don't have any sisters of my own. So my friends have become my sister friends. And Nicole has definitely been a very supportive. She's very creative, loving person. And so I have started my own organization, Sisters in Stilettos, Women of Purpose, walking in our destiny.
That's right.
And even though Nicole is in Maryland, I have representatives in Maryland and in Georgia. So I'm all about building my sisterhood. So yes, I'm all in.
That's right. What about
and
you?
I have a new sisterhood, my Queens Up family. That's right. Harmony and Dr. J. I love you ladies.
That's Amen. Right. It's mutual.
We love you too.
Thank you.
Dr. J, what do you think about sisterhood?
Well, you know, it's been pretty interesting because I had one sister who passed away 10 years ago. And so what God has provided me with is tons of sisters in love. Okay. And essentially, when I think about a sister, I think of an ally, somebody who's there. Yeah. And one thing about my sister and I, we were 4 years apart and we used to fight, argue, compete the whole 9 yards. But at the end of the day, she was there. And so she was an ally, no matter what.
Partner in crime. Yes.
The other thing is she knew me back when. And so, you know, you have to spend time with your sisters. And I've had an opportunity to do that. And I've just been blessed with other sisters who are not my blood sisters. So it's a wonderful group. And I just thank everybody who's my sister.
That's amazing. What about you, Harmony?
Sisterhood is so many things to me at once. It's one of the most heartfelt and beautiful things in the world. It's knowing that there'll always be someone around that you can talk to, you can share your stories with, no matter what. It's about, you know, sharing your dreams, your goals, no matter what time of the night. And I echo what Kim B said, you know, being able to just pick up the phone and call. You know, we understand that we have lives outside of sisterhood, but it's like taking a moment, girl, let me call you back in like 5 minutes, you know, but it's more than the letters that we wear, you know, around, you know, on shirts and things like that. It's something much greater, sacred and treasured to me.
And Harmony, let me just say that sisterhood is non-judgmental.
Exactly.
We don't judge each other. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's right.
Indeed.
That's absolutely right. Well, that's good, ladies. I think that we all have a good idea of what sisterhood is. And even though it means different things to different people, it still just
Yes.
basically is sisterhood, loving each other, supporting each other, encouraging each other, being
Yes.
there for each other. So I think that we have a great group of sisterhood at the
Yes.
community.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to spend more time with you ladies.
In person.
Likewise.
Oh,
Yes.
hopefully soon after this COVID season is over, we can
Yes.
probably do
Yes.
things together.
We should do a retreat, a sister
Wouldn't that be
retreat.
nice? Invite everybody. Come on, let's
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
yeah. So speaking of COVID-19 has kind of wrecked all of our plans. We've had to change
Yes.
vacations and all the things that we had on the agenda for 2020. But date night, it's something that we should continue to do, even in COVID season. So Dr. J and Kim B are going to tell us some creative ways how we can have date night and spend some quality time with our partners and keep things spicy. Dr. J?
Well, I have been married a long time, and I married my college sweetheart. So we've had a long time. And with that being said, I mean, one thing we had to do, as I think other long-term relationships and married people have to do, is reconnect.
Right.
And after reconnecting, rekindling. And so in reconnecting, because of like before COVID, life is so busy and everybody's traveling. Oh, what do we have for dinner? Well, let's just get takeout. You don't really get a chance to necessarily talk about things that are really close to your heart. So what we've done is we take lots of long walks together.
Nice.
We cuddle a lot more, watch movies, and we even cook together. And honestly, I mean, COVID's been challenging, a lot of change plans, but we've been able to reconnect and rekindle. And so I think we're going to come out of COVID even stronger as a couple. So that's my story.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay, Kim,
Well,
let's
I'm
hear
going
it.
to come from a different perspective. I'm a single woman. I've never been married, been engaged a couple times, been to the church, but not to the altar. Amen. But
Amen.
COVID has opened my mind to different avenues. So I've decided to do SPD, which is selective portal dating.
Okay.
Dating online.
Okay.
And so even though we're, social distancing, I've met a couple people online, and I prefer to pay like eHarmony versus a free portal, because I believe when you pay, the people are a little bit more serious about dating. So one person that I met was very creative. I did give him my address because usually I meet the person at the restaurant, but I gave him my address, and he sent me through DoorDash a meal. So we had a Zoom dinner date.
Oh,
so
nice.
The dinner came, we was on Zoom. Yes, and we had dinner, and he also included a personalized card and a candle. Nicole, you know I told you, girl, all about that. So that was very creative. And so when I actually met him face to face, we went to an outside venue because I'm still not comfortable going inside. But we went to Delaware to an outside venue, and we sat outside with our masks on until our food came, just getting to know each other face to face. So it was very, very exciting and something different. Think about it. When you usually meet somebody, you just meet them, not get to know them. I mean, I usually do a lot of talking on the phone, but the Zoom, it was just like we were in the same space.
Right.
So
but I like his creativity. So that was very nice, very thoughtful, to do that, and it's nice that people are not just letting.
So I had to come out of my comfort zone.
That's right. I was about to say that your comfort zone did not stop you, that you kind of stretched yourself, to understand the circumstances, and that you were willing to allow him to be creative. So I think that that's nice.
Sounds like good things are coming out of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to chime in?
Yes, it is.
Date night is, you do have to be creative with COVID. because you have to stop and think, if you want to minimize, who your exposure, you have to be creative. So I remember one evening, my husband decided we were going to watch the Jill Scott versus Erykah Badu.
The Verses.
Yeah, the Verses. It was really nice because we just ordered some food, went and sat at a water in the car, just kind of, positioned the phone so that we can watch it. Yeah. And we had a candle, put it on the armrest, and we just kind of had a little date night just there. In the evening, the sunset went down. So it was really relaxing and it was creative. At the same time, it made me feel like I was dating all over again. So I was like,
nice. Nice when you
it was really nice.
Have that quality time together. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you find different ways to be creative. And it's not all about, how much money you spend or even where you go, just that you guys are together and that you're enjoying each other's company. So that is great. Thank you so much, ladies, Dr. J and Kim B. So now we are moving on to our next segment. Quick segment, heart check. Do you hold grudges? Every now and then you have to stop and reflect and do some, self-assessments on what you need to work on, what you need to change. So we are going to go around and ask, do you hold grudges? And I will start. I don't necessarily think that I hold a grudge. What I will do is if you are intentional about bad behavior with me, I operate from the Maya Angelou mantra, I believe you the first time.
Amen.
I am very particular about peace and boundaries. So what I will do is still probably be cordial, but I will remember your deeds and treat you accordingly. And sometimes that means dealing with you from afar. So I don't know if you would say that that's holding a grudge, but that's where I am. What about you, Dr. J?
Well, you said it all. I will say I do not hold a grudge because I realize that me holding a grudge is hurting me more than the person that I'm not happy with.
Right.
And I think the main thing is really distancing, because being around people that are toxic or hurtful, it doesn't help.
Right.
And so I cannot hold a grudge, but I still don't have to be around you or spend all of my time with you.
That's right.
So that's about it for me.
That's right. That sounds good. What about you, Harmony?
I try not to hold a grudge. It's very hard to not to fall into that. I call it a sand hole, sink box. It's very hard not to, but you're holding on to sadness, to anger, resentment, and every single time that you revisit the grudge, you have to, it's like digging up the worst part of your gut of food that you already eaten. So you're trying to dig it out your gut and regurgitate it, and it's very exhausting. It's mentally, physically exhausting. So I do my best not to try to hold a grudge. If I feel that I am holding a grudge, and I have to say, okay, Lord, I need you to take the wheel and step in, because it's harboring in my heart, and I need you to help me move forward, move past, and forgive, because this is something that you asked of me. So,
okay,
absolutely,
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, Kim B.
Well, I've learned to let go and let God, just like my sisters already expressed, but Kim stands for keep it moving. Therefore, I would just cut you off at the kneecap and keep it moving. Love you from afar.
That's right. That's right.
Amen.
I like that, Kim B. I like that.
Yes. Yes. And it's okay to love people from afar. That doesn't mean that you're mean, doesn't mean that you necessarily are holding a grudge. It just is what it is. And you have to guard your own heart sometimes.
Amen.
And sometimes that means that I can't deal with you,
Absolutely.
Setting boundaries is a good thing.
Yes, it is.
And peace is
keep it moving.
Okay. We are moving on to our next Queen Quality segment. You are about to lose your job. Okay, now, we know that the U.S. has a lot going on. There's a lot of foolishness. And there are some people who should just lose their job. And we are praying that next week, very soon and very soon, we will get some good news and the troublemakers will be gone. But there's a lot of troublemakers. So, Harmony, who do you think should lose their job? Yes, Lord.
All of them, if you ask me. But if I, but if I can be specific, I think the entire world has a percentage of people that want to say, 45. But I would say Mitch McConnell. He's a very passionate, a very powerful man, and he holds a very powerful position in the Senate seat. And he's served 7 6-year terms. And, he's one of those, I feel like he's selling out the power of the world, the Senate, to Donald Trump's political base. As I said, he's the evil behind, he blocked the previous Supreme Court nomination when we had Obama administration in, and now, forcefully pushing for the Supreme Court nomination currently. So I just think that Democrats all over the country are they're pouring money into the Kentucky State campaign because they see that McConnell is a devil. Only, to me, he's just slightly less evil than Trump. But I feel like it should be McConnell. Get him out of there.
I agree. Okay, Dr. J, who do you think should lose their job?
It's a close second, but I think I'm going to have to go with 45.
Yeah.
And the main thing is because of his leadership. And I think that because of his leadership and the followers, like Lindsey Graham, when you look back, Lindsey Graham was bad, but he's even worse. He's on steroids now that he has 45, and covering for him and his flip-flopping on his positions and such.
Not stable.
So his leadership is really pulling the worst out of everybody, and not everybody, but many. And so with that being said, 45 needs to go. So he should lose his job. That's it.
Right. And when 45 goes, that means that the current vice president goes
with him.
Whew. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Kim B.
Well, my sister, Dr. J, has already put it out there. 45 must go.
Yes.
Leadership, we already know he's not educated. He's not even stable in the mind. He's not even listening to the scientists and the experts involved in the COVID-19. That's just crazy. And so he claimed he got it, or he had it. I'm not sure, because he's about a lot of trick. He likes to play tricks.
Right.
But Nicole and I talked about it earlier today. I'm not into social media, but why is he into social media? So one thing, he needs to go because he has a lot of free time on his hands.
As the president of the United States on Twitter instead of doing policies and things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I want 45 gone.
Oh yeah,
but when you think about it from this perspective, he has his power, but you can only serve 2 terms as president. McConnell is still there. Yeah. He's still there, and he is still powerful in the Republican Party. So even if we do get a Democratic president in there, which I am rooting for, Mitch McConnell will make it very difficult and block every little single thing because he is a powerful man.
That's what he did with Obama.
And that's where term limits. So this is why I said that even if we had to endure another 4 years, which I pray that we don't.
Please don't say
we get another. We get another president in there. We still have to deal with Mitch McConnell,
right?
And he's still a pushback kind of guy. So this is why I said he needs to go as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of people who need to go, but you're absolutely right. But the top 2 would be McConnell and 45. Yeah,
absolutely.
So ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, please vote. It is important. And for those of you who have decided that I'm not going to vote this year for whatever reason, please know and understand that you not voting is not the power move that you think it is. That is why we're in this situation right now. We need all hands on deck. Please vote. The lines may be long. Please stand in line and handle your business. As I said on other shows, especially African Americans.
Yes.
You should be at the poll. No one should have to force you. No one should be bribing you. You should be at the polls.
So exercise your rights.
Yeah, exactly. Voice your vote.
Anybody needs a ride, please call me. If you're in Pennsylvania and you need a ride, please call me.
Yes, call Kim B. Okay, ladies. So we want to now introduce to you a new segment for the Queen Up crew. We have started an initiative called Queenly Deeds. And the first Queenly Deeds that we are partaking in is blessing bags. Now, I'm sure we've all seen blessing bags. We've all heard, about them. We may give them a different name, call them something, catchy, but blessing bag is what we are going with. And what happens with a blessing bag is that you get a gallon Ziploc bag or any size, or you can get an old handbag or a pretty little gift bag, and you fill them up with toiletries. You could put hats, gloves, socks, resource materials, snacks, whatever you feel that would be a blessing to someone. Fill the bag. You can keep it in your car. And if the spirit moves you, if you see someone on the highway or in the street that you just want to be a blessing to, pass it along. We ask that if you do decide to join our initiative and make these bags, that you would tag us at Respect My Royalty. You would send us an email showing us what bags you've made. You don't necessarily have to pose with the person that you're giving the bag to. We don't want to get into that habit. However, we do want to know how we have initiated this this new thing and how we're pushing and spreading love. So again, blessing bag. And we really hope that you would join our initiative. It is important that we pay it forward. It is important that we stop spreading negativity and start spreading love. So Queen Up, this is our way of starting the process. Okay, ladies?
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. It is important that when you are blessed, you should be a blessing to others.
Amen.
So we are done for this segment of Queen Up. We want to thank you for joining us. On behalf of Harmony, Kim B, and Dr. J, I am Lady Nicole, thanking you for being here with us and reminding you to always be the queen